Yo, what's going on, Lazy A crew? Lazy A podcast here. Dre and Aaron.
Yup.
Yes, sir. You're getting better at that. I'm proud of you, man. Round of applause. Round of applause. Hey, Christian, can we get a round of applause in there for Aaron?
A little 90s applause. Sound effect in the background.
Yeah, nice little Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, a little Martin. You know, we got some good stuff going, man. Like, comment, subscribe for 90s clap tracks. Yeah, man. So what we talking about today? I'm kind of excited about this one.
Yeah, it's a Mobile Suit Gundam. How the fuck do you even say this? It's like GQuuuuuX, GQuuuuuX, whatever. How do you say this?
So in the sub they said like GQuuuuuuX or something like that, and then I watched an episode in dub and they said GQuuuuuuX. So it's
GQuuuuuuX. Let's go with GQuuuuuX. Sure. Why not, dude? Top, a good anime. It's only a couple episodes out. I think like 4 episodes out by the time we're talking about this. It's kind of a mix of, it's an alternate timeline. It's not like any of like the main universes of Gundam. It's like, how do I explain it? It's if Zeon won, like the principality of Zeon, whatever. They're supposed to be like the quote unquote like bad guys, which is questionable. I think they did some fucked up shit, you know, war, right? You know, it happens. This is basically if the bad guys won. First episode starts off a little confusing to me. It's this, I don't know, dude. Honestly, the first episode was a big turn off to me, dude. I can already tell that was gonna be a woman MC. I hear a bunch of K-pop in the background, lots of cutesy shit, and I was dreading, right? Because this was the reason why I didn't really finish.
You have something against women MCs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, I think
okay.
they suck.
Oh, wow. Alrighty.
Yeah, I think they just suck.
Just, is it like a writing thing? Like, what's going on there? Like, yeah. I just want you to know I don't share his opinion on this, but like, what's going on there?
I just, like, especially, well, in general, I do think they suck. But specifically to Gundam, I expect 2 different tropes. The random military dude who finds something he shouldn't have found and he pops off with it. Maybe 3. Right? The child soldier, like in 00, straight out of the Middle East, you know, wants to get active. Or the guy who's just a normal civilian, basically just gets, you know, put in danger, maybe a mom Dukes, you know, maybe a family member gets killed trying to spin the block, and he just found the perfect tool to do it, right? These are like the tropes that I'm used to, and then I agree with. It makes sense to me. The whole like QT K-pop, point left, point right, kawaii blushing bullshit, yeah, that please, it makes me sick. It's disgusting. I don't like it.
If I could jump in there real quick,
in my opinion.
If I could jump in there real quick as you're kind of elaborating on your discuss with this anime in general, from like point A to point here, if we don't get canceled, you know, on the fact that, you know, of your beliefs on main characters alone, like, comment, subscribe for women main characters, by the way. I have the complete and totally like opposite of this opinion. So I love the art style. I actually did not hear K-pop. I heard
Art's good.
No,
first episode was K-pop shit.
I heard J-pop. I didn't hear K-pop. I heard J-pop.
Whatever the fuck, dude.
They're not the same thing.
You think I know the difference? You think
I
know the
heard
difference?
J-pop. I heard city pop.
No one gives a fuck about that shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people give a fuck about it, and I would like to make my point, Mister. I wanna. First of all, hold the fuck on. Why am I going back and forth with you on this shit? Wait, you fucking recommended that bullshit. I can't believe I was sitting here going back and forth with this fucker on this. Hey, so all right. So for anybody that's tuning in and doesn't know, Mr. Aaron,
we go hit the same point.
Mr. Aaron, yeah, I'm gonna hit this motherfucking same point. Mr. Aaron, okay, who is large in part the reason for what anime, you know, unless we call it audible, he is large in part the decision maker on what anime that we react to. This asshole had us watching Gundam Requiem's of Vengeance, whatever the fuck that was. That trash 3D. You'll defend that shit to the end of the earth. But when they put some good content out, like this masterpiece of a series,
this is good.
Like, so tighten up, bro. I can't believe you set off. I can't. Hold on, let me readjust my mic so you can hear what I'm saying. I can't believe you were about to sit here and dog piss on this anime with this anime. I cannot believe this.
I'm dog pissing on the first episode.
How dare you after you recommended that trash? We call that the great sin.
I said
hey,
we
listen,
should watch it. That's
listen.
not the great sin.
Little channel lore. So Gundam Reckless of Vengeance will forever be considered the great sin committed by Eren. That's what that'll be. Matter of fact, anybody listen, type the great sin under this episode, or if anybody feels like it, go to the just scroll a couple episodes back. You'll see it. It's a red Zaku on the thumbnail. Just type the great sin. This is the great sin that Eren committed. Now back to this anime. I can't believe you was finna dog walk this anime and you recommended it.
I'm not.
Anyway, bro.
I won't dog walk this anime. You know why I won't?
Let me talk about what I liked about this anime, because I can't believe that you just tried that. I can't believe you just tried that shit on this anime. I can't believe you just tried that shit. No, bro. I'm not.
Specifically the first episode. The first episode.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me talk about how. All right, you didn't like the first episode. Let me talk about how the first episode enticed me. All right. So what I was taken aback with the first episode was the art style. I really appreciate this art style. It's reminiscent of the more tame parts of like Cyberpunk for me, mixed with like the cartoonish. There's like a slight. I don't know if anybody ever saw Puffy Amiyumi. There's like a slight Puffy Amiyumi like color scheme that they got going on with like characters' hair and like different character mixes within like a lot of the characters choices in how the animators chose to color the characters. I said the same shit 15 times over, but you get my point, right? So for instance, the main character's hair. Go ahead.
I think you're talking about like the warm colors are a little bit like brighter, but like it's not to like an over cartoony effect.
Exactly.
Like when you look at robots, you still see like the glistening in the right spots, the darker tones, the shading in the right spots.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you look at the hair or some of the other like brighter parts, they're elevated a little bit, but not enough to be like this like challenge.
Like Amate has like pink hair and there's like green. You can see like green highlights in the hair. And it's like a highlighter green, but it's not like highlighter hurt your eyes green. Like it's like I like what they
neon,
did. It's kind of graffiti like. A lot of this shit is kind of like graffiti like.
Yeah.
I like I generally so for main characters, like the whimsical do what you want main character, or the main character that doesn't make a big deal about making a choice, they just do it. It's done the right way in this instance.
Cool.
Yeah, it's done the right way in this instance. Because there's a lot of main characters that they try to go with that personality, and this is kind of like a type A personality, but it's not like confrontational type A. It's type A like, I'm gonna do this, so that's just it. I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. Mixed with a little bit of airhead, but not necessarily airhead. I like that. She reminds me of like Luffy, like main characters like that. Not as goofy, because Goku in like Super is like super fucking goofy and dumbed down in my opinion. But she reminds me of that ilk of character, personality traits. And you can do that wrong and you can do that right. And I think they're doing that. I think they're doing justice to that main character trope. But and also when that OST starts, so the opening, loved it. It was very reminiscent to me of there's like nostalgia there. When that opening plays, it was very it like if I put that opening back in to like the early 2000s, I think it would fit just freaking fine. Or even earlier. Like I could play that opening next to the Yu Yu Hakusho opening. Right? Not saying it's better.
It is from there.
It is. Okay.
It is from there.
It is. Got it. Okay.
That's the whole thing. This anime, it's like a lot of the soundtrack, a lot of the information that comes from it, like starting from like the second episode on, is literally like a spin-off of the original Gundam series from like 1978 or whatever the fuck, with like Amuro Ray, whatever.
Yeah.
It's literally the same music, the same effects, all that shit. That right there, like saved it for me, right there.
Really?
I'm like,
okay.
That saved it. I mean, because like the first episode, I mean, I I think it was like the first like 10 minutes maybe, right? Two girls. I was like, they're fucking like falling over each other for whatever reason, and K-pop's in the background. I'm like, please don't let it be this. Please don't take this in this direction. I don't like this. Towards the later half of that first episode, what you were talking about with like the quick decision making, that shit was cold. She's like, yeah, they're attacking us. Why don't we just fucking fight them?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good idea. you know? Everyone's over here like running and hiding and shit. She's like, what do you mean? We got a gun right there. Let's use it.
Right.
I'm like, that honestly makes sense. Let's just skip the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So that definitely like made me like the character a lot more. You know, I already made it clear, but the second episode on, it's Char with that whole like complete like 180 of the 1 year war, how that played off, and it's just one of those things where like I'd recommend either going back and watching some of the older movies or just watch like the original series if you haven't seen it, just to make sense a little bit of the universe, because that right there is a complete 180.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think this Gundam does a good job. Sorry to cut you off. I think this Gundam does a good job of getting somebody to wonder about the history and wanting to like kind of trace back and get into like the older Gundams, because so one thing that this Gundam does, so Gundam is usually like there aren't too many like carefree lighthearted Gundams outside of like the Gundam Build Fighters and like Gunpla and all that shit like that, right? Usually Gundam is like very serious, right? Sometimes they can be sometimes they can be a little bit more shonen-y or not shonen, because shonen is like younger MCs, but like more like what's
choreographed
like the word?
Fighting and shit like that.
Yeah, sometimes they can be a little bit more towards that, and
more martial,
yeah, and then sometimes they're like more like they're more serious.
Fucking DBZ power, like I'm thinking like heavy, hard-hitting skills, where they're just like shooting and shit.
Right.
Like a lot of Gundams like that.
Right.
Blasting.
So I think this does a good job between balancing, making it lighthearted by making by like how the main characters kind of interact with each other, but not making it too lighthearted. So it's not a kid anime. And I think there's a lot of anime that struggle to do that. It's either all the way like this is going to be some serious, this is going to be some serious stuff, or it's like, super lighthearted next to freaking Pokemon and all that stuff. This is not that, right? Shangri-La did a good job of that to me, even though I would say that anime is more lighthearted than this, but it did a good job of being lighthearted, but also letting me know it's not this isn't a little kids anime. You know what I mean?
I mean, it had some serious undertones. It's just, it's at best serious undertones, because, it is a game. This is a 1 year war where half the population of humanity was killed. We're coming off of that.
Right.
So I think it's just funny to compare it.
No, facts.
Yeah, no, it's definitely more with the upbeat music and stuff like that. The funny interactions between like the MCs, right? It's definitely gives like a tinge of lightheartedness at times, but it doesn't take away from like, hey, we're in a. I mean, it's like just like where they're standing. Right? They're in an illegal like settlement area that's being crashed by military forces, and they shot back. Yeah, pretty fucked up situation right there. That's nothing but serious.
Yeah, the story writing, the story isn't like it's not super convoluted. I think the story kind of sits in the middle for like as far as like story writing. Like I'm not looking at the story writing and I'm going, this is like peak story writing, at least not right now, right? We're 4 episodes in. By the time this comes out, there might be like 6 or 7 episodes out, right? But so at least right now, I'm not looking at it like this is gonna be peak story. I'm looking for all the super plot twists and stuff. They're setting some stuff up, right? But I don't think there's gonna be this isn't gonna be freaking Death Note, Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, Code Geass writing. This isn't gonna be that. So I say that to say, when I was watching the first episode into going into the 3rd episode, I was able to trace kind of when the writers kind of made everything kind of fall together. So meaning when what was her name? Neon bumped into Amate, and you know, she broke her phone and she picked up the battle, what was that called? Like the programming?
The mains program that allows people to control the Gundams without actually being able, like a real pilot, right? It's like an automated system thing.
Right.
It's just, you know.
So I saw, like, I kind of saw where that was, I saw how that was going to be used, like how her broken cell phone was going to be like an underlying, ongoing, you know, plot device.
Straight line.
Yeah, like I again, like, I didn't think when I first saw it, me personally, I didn't see, you know, cutesy, you know, K-pop, you know, whatever what you were kind of alluding to. I didn't see that. I didn't immediately think this was gonna be like, you know, some super watered down slice of life. Oh, and then there's a Gundam. I didn't think that. That's not what I thought. I knew it was gonna be. Go ahead.
I mean, as you know, there have been shit Gundams before, so I'm not and well included, like, you know, I'm definitely like Witch of Mercury. I thought was pretty bad. The Gundam Renaissance, whatever the fuck, the Great Sin, that shit. I thought that was pretty bad.
Nah, don't you fucking brush it off. You own that. Say the Great Sin with your chest. I can't believe. Don't brush it off. Don't whatever the fuck it. No, it was the Great Sin.
It is whatever the fuck.
No, it's not.
Bro, you guys. I'm sorry, this is such a trauma point for you, bro.
I need.
Damn, I wish you only
take the next 30 seconds to go ahead and issue an apology. I need that. I need that, bro.
Not apologize.
Listen, as best friends, I would never. You know what I'm saying? I would never cause. First of all, like, comment, subscribe for best friends, and second, I would never put you in a position purposely to where there was something harmful, or you had to experience something negative, or you were put in some traumatic situation. To the best of my ability, I would avoid placing you in those situations. That is not what you did. You mishandled me. That's a best friend. So take the next 25 seconds to apologize for having us. First of all, this Gundam basically did it for you, because this Gundam, you saying, hey, let's watch this, right? Even though I already kind of wanted to watch this is half the apology. You're making up for it right now. So I need you to take the next 10 to 15 seconds.
But like
10 to 15 seconds. I need you to take this.
Watch it.
I need you.
I'm going to watch every single Gundam. I'm going to try every single Gundam.
Listen, for me and the listeners and viewers at large, we just need a simple. It don't got to be some. Listen, it don't got to be some 10-page PowerPoint. I just need to hear it from you.
I apologize that you felt a certain way about the Gundam.
Did you not see the 1-star reviews on the back end of that episode that Christian edited for us? This isn't a me thing.
I'm sorry that it left you with such trauma.
All right.
I hope that you heal from that.
And how do you feel about the viewers? Do they deserve it? Like, how do you gonna address them?
They just clicked off of it. Actually, on the TikTok, some people are arguing for it too. So I liked it. So there's a subset of people, and it's really good for Gundam. There's a group of people that will argue for Gundam just in general. I'm like that with Sonic. You don't get to say nothing bad about Sonic. So that's not a scapegoat. I need you to look the people that went to that watched this and felt everything that I felt, and you felt, by the way. There needs to be an apology issued from you. I'm sorry, viewers. Let's get that, and then we can move on from there. I'm gonna give you what of my fault. I give you that.
All right, like, comment, subscribe for my fault. All right. That being said, how do we feel about? Did you want to touch on anything else about this anime?
No, I think I said everything. It's a spin-off, different universe. Quote unquote bad guys won, but so far it's following the same path as the original Gundam series. So it's gonna be a banger. Music, all sound effects the same, sabers clashing are the same. It's a lot of it's the same. It's just gonna be like a different story based on what if the bad guys won. So I'm interested to see how that plans out.
I got something. That motherfucking the Gundam GQ, the Gundam GQuuuuuX, that design, that's one of the better looking designs in my opinion from a Gundam that I've seen for a minute.
It's a modernized version of the original Zero Gundam, which can never be done wrong. I don't think I've seen a bad Zero Gundam.
I like they're usually very sharp. there's still a lot of sharpness in the architecture for this Gundam, but around the midsection, like the torso is it's like they added like curvature, and I like it's almost like, so you know how the dude was sent on like a stealth mission? It's almost like that Gundam was like built for stealth missions. If I look at like the torso, you know what I mean?
Looks like was it 00 Celestial Being? The Gundam, it used to be like a heavier, tankier like Gundam, and then it would shut off all its armor, and it was called like Gundam like Nano or some shit like that. It kind of reminds me of like bare-bone versions of that. Like it has attachments.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like it looks like it has armor that can slot on and bulk up, and it'll look closer to more like original like Zero Gundam.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Now let us know what you think, guys. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you like, you know, if you've been keeping up with this Gundam, if you took a look, I definitely recommend it. I give it like an easy 8.6. I like it so far.
Yep.
Around there.
Give it that. But hey, yeah, I'm definitely around there. You know, It's got to conclude for me to give it a 10 out of 10. It's too early in the season for me to give it that high, but it's definitely 8 something, like mid to low 8s.
I don't think it'll
definitely recommend.
I don't think it'll be a 10 out of 10. That's an insane feat, like a 10 out of 10. But this is a very, very freaking good anime.
Yeah, but I'm biased towards Gundam a little bit, so
I get
it. Rounding up a little bit.
And to be fair,
like,
the bar for Gundam.
Like with Gundam Unicorn, I thought it was like maybe like a 7 out of 10 until like ending and started wrapping up. It started answering a couple questions towards the end. I rounded it straight to a 10, right? Just one good like last episode will do it. So that's kind of what I'm expecting here.
Gotcha.
It does suck that this is not like it's canon. It's not canon, right? It's a parallel what if. That kind of makes me upset. I mean, they could expand with this universe.
Yeah.
In another series if they so choose, but I think that kind of sucks. It takes away from it a little bit.
I think you guys get the point. I definitely recommend watching and give it a try. Really good. Oh, I was gonna say Gundam has a nice bar. It's kind of like Final Fantasy games. I expect them to be decent. I expect the Gundam to be decent. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only like 1 or 2 Gundam that like I can say drop the ball. So there's like 1 or 2 Final Fantasy I can say drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like Gundam is just like I know I'm walking into some good shit. All right. Well, like, comment, subscribe. We're done. Let us know what you think about the OST, because I'm definitely interested to read opinions on that. Cool. Yeah.
All of that good. All of that good.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I put that clear about how I felt with the K-pop stuff, like the traditional.
Oh my god, it was J-pop, bro. It was not Korean. I don't think it was.
For people who do give a fuck about that entire genre of music, it sounds the same.
That is insane, bro. Absolutely insane.
It's not that.
What genre of music? It's Japanese R&B. Pop is just a mixture of it's popular music with a different language. That's all it was.
I reserve my comments because I like this video to go up.
Okay, so you'll do that, but you'll shit on the female MC. All right, yep. Like, comment, subscribe. We're out of here. We're done.
No, that's different. That's
no,
different.
It's not.
Now,
take us out, Christian. Take us out, Christian.
There's some more there that we can talk about.
Take us out, Christian.
I just forgot to bring it up.
Guys, check out this anime. Check out this anime, and we're gonna be doing some One Piece content because George is the expert on that, and we're gonna go ahead and get with George, see what we got going there. And for those of you that cannot tell, Aaron is not a One Piece guy. I'm neutral on points on One Piece, and Jody is the fanatic for One Piece. So stay tuned for that. And Lazy A out.
What's up, anime lovers? Welcome back to Lazy A Podcast, where we talk all things anime, hot takes, epic fights, and those tear-jerking moments that hit you right in the feels. I'm Dre, that's Aaron, and that's Jody.
Howdy. Y'all already know I'm here to drop some knowledge on the goats of anime, old and new. If y'all want to debate me, let me know. Run it. I win those every single time.
What's up, Lazy Gang? If you're here, you already know the vibes. Anime discussions, top tier breakdowns, and of course, some shit that I might say that might get me canceled, but hey, shit, let's go.
All right, now listen up, squad. We have a mission. We've been grinding, putting out content, breaking down fights, ranking OP characters, bringing you guys the best anime content possible. And now, we're setting a goal.
That is correct. We're aiming for 500 subscribers, and we need y'all to help us get there.
That means like, comment, and if you haven't already, man, hit that subscribe button. Let's make this the most hyped anime community on YouTube.
Every sub gets us closer to bigger content, more deep dives, collabs, giveaways, all that good stuff. So if you love anime as much as we do, let's smash that goal.
And don't forget to drop a comment. You know, what anime should we cover next? Name your topic. We'll try to get a video out on it. Let us know in the comments.
All right, Lazy Gang, that's it for now. And, thank you to those who are already subscribing through. But we'll be back with more anime madness. So until next time, stay hype, stay anime, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Let's go! Road to 500 subs, here we come.